Hey class, this is Mrs. Lynn. Welcome to another week of remote learning. I hope you guys had another great week learning from home, that you had some time to go outside. I know we had a couple really nice days. So hopefully you guys got to go outside and be active and enjoy some of that sunshine with your families. So last week you were supposed to add 2 more slides to your digital time capsule, the community slide, as well as the how I'm feeling slide. So this week, I'm going to show you how to add 2 more slides. And the good news is you already know a lot of the skills that you need to do these slides. So there won't be too many new things I'm going to show you today. Um, and another piece of good news is that this week you'll get to work with your parents on the slides. So they actually have to do a little bit of homework for Mrs. Lynn. So let's get started. You can see on my screen that I am logged in as demo student. Okay, and he is in the 3rd grade computers class right now. Okay, so right now, if you are logged in properly, you should be seeing the same thing, right? You're going to go into the 3rd grade computers class, okay, and then you're going to go into classwork. Now, remember, because we're just adding slides every week to our existing file, you're not going to actually see any new assignments being posted. Okay, so what you're going to do is open up this very top assignment called Remote Learning Weeks 5 to 8. Okay, and then you're going to open up that assignment. When you do that, all the files are going to be on there. You should have 2 videos from last week plus the week that plus the new one this week. Now I'm still filming this, so right now if you're looking at demo students class page, you're not going to see that new video, okay, because I'm still posting it. So when you get in, by the time the video is done, you should be able to find a new video plus 2 more pages as examples, right? All right, and then to get into your file, remember you're going to open up the assignment, and your file should be right here in the upper right-hand corner, right? We're not starting a new file every week. You're going to just continue to work in your existing Google Slides file. And remember, when you're done with your 2 slides from this week, you're not going to turn it in, right? Because we are going to add more next week. Okay, so you're just going to be done with your 2 slides and then do nothing. Just log out of your Google Slides, and then I will know to go and check on your slides every week for the new work. Okay, so that's how you're going to access work that you've already started. So this week, let me get to my teacher sample. Okay, we're going to do 2 more slides, like I said. But this week, your parents are going to help you with the 2 slides. Okay, so as you can see from my file, I've already got my cover page. I've got my All About Me page. My community page, I've added stuff to. Okay, and then the How I'm Feeling page, I've added stuff to. Okay, I can't wait to see the work that you're putting in this week for these 2 slides. All right, so we're going to move on to slide 5. Now, I've already added those slides, but remember, you can add a slide really easily from this little icon right here. Okay, so instead of adding the plus, you're going to click on the arrow, okay, and scroll down to where it says blank slide, right? Because we're adding a blank slide that you can then add stuff to. So remember, when you're adding a slide, to make sure that it's the blank slide. Okay, so I've already gone ahead and do that. Here's my blank slide. I've got my example file on the left side to show you what we're doing this week. But your example file will be posted in Google Classroom under that assignment. Okay, so you're just going to have to open it up, and you can print it out so you can have it next to you while you're working on this file, or you can just have it open on another screen and just kind of go back and forth. So this week you're going to be doing a interview with your parents. Okay. And here are some interview questions that you can ask your parents. Let's go through that together. So let me go ahead and zoom in on my little interview cheat sheet. And I'm actually going to close down my video camera so you can see the whole screen. Okay. All right. So here are some questions that you can ask you can ask your parents. Again, if you have better questions that you want to ask, you can feel free to do that. These are just prompts. So interview your parents. What has been the biggest change? Now, this is about the stay home, stay safe quarantine time that we're talking about. So, what has been the biggest change during this time? How are you finding homeschooling? Now, remember, your parents are supposed to answer honestly, right? So, if they're having a hard time, if they're having a great time with you, make sure they put out their honest answers. Days spent inside. Ooh, I think you might have to do a little bit of math there, or maybe have your parents do the math and compare it to your answer and see who's got the correct number of days. Now, everyone will have a different number here depending on what day next week you're doing this particular slide, but that's okay. And we're just looking for a rough number. Here's a question. How are you feeling? Okay. Your top 3 moments from this experience. Ooh, this is a very cool question. I can't wait to see some of your answers there. What activities or hobbies have you most enjoyed doing? Now, this could be something new that you've picked up or something new that your parents have picked up. Not necessarily you, but it could be something that you guys have started to do together. Okay. What are you most thankful for? Again, this is an interview for your parents, so this answer needs to be from your parents. What TV shows you have watched, your newfound favorite inside family activity, favorite food to bake, if your parents are bakers, favorite time of the day, and then goals for after this time. Okay. Um, so those are some sample questions. I want to go ahead and zoom out a little bit so I can show you how they were able to do this font. So do you guys see how that was way too big. Let's zoom out to about 50%. Do you guys see how in this corner, this um, shape box is actually going up and down. Okay, so the words are going from the bottom to the top. So let me show you really quick if that's something you want to do, how you could do that. Some of you might have already figured it out, but I'm going to show you really quick. And again, you can use different lines to design your page, different shapes. Okay, so let's look for that shape. We're going to go to Insert, and then it's a shape, right? So we're going to go to Insert Shape. And then let's look for some a shape that's similar. Let's see. You know what? Let's see if it's in a call out. Well, let's just pick something that looks like this. Okay, I just kind of want to show you how you can switch your font so it's going vertically instead of horizontally. All right, so here's my shape. Here's my banner. Okay, and I can kind of make it this way. Okay. Ooh, you know what? What I'm going to do is this. I'm going to make it long horizontally. Okay. And remember, since it is a shape, I should be able to double click on it and then type in it right away. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to fill my shape to orange, and then I'm going to change my font color to white. And then I think the question was, how are you feeling? So how are your parents feeling? So let me just pick a random font and then go into it. So how are you feeling? Now I can see that this is way too small, so I'm going to go ahead and make that a little bit larger so it fills up the whole box. And then I'm going to, actually that looks fine. I'm just going to adjust my shape box a little bit so there's not so much space. Okay, so there's my how are you feeling shape. Okay. Now, to turn it from a horizontal view to vertical, all you have to do is kind of move the shape down a little bit so you have more space. But drag, see how there's a little circle here? So we're going to actually click on that circle. Okay. Oop. And we're going to just drag it. Do you guys see how I'm doing that? Drag it until it's on its side. So until that banner switches on its side. Okay, I hope you guys can see what I did. I grabbed that little circle, right? And then that's all I have to do is just kind of move it around. Okay, you guys might have figured out that you could do this to your text boxes if you had done it accidentally sometimes, but that's how you do it. It's that easy. Okay, just grabbing that little circle on top of your shape or your text box, and then now you have a vertical shape. Okay, now as you can see, let me go back to my previous slide. This is how I did my little text boxes here. In the words to describe how I feel box, I added all these little text boxes of words that described how I feel, but then I used this handy dandy tool to basically rotate it or shift it around. Okay, so it's again that little circle that you can see. Okay, so I hope that was clear. That should give you some more options when it comes to designing your page. Again, use lines, use shapes. If you're looking for something like this day spent inside circle, I know that's not one of the shape choices, but remember you can always insert a image that's similar from the web, right? So you can go to insert image, search the web. Oh, there's my earth clip art that I used for a previous page. Oops. Okay, and then you can just click you can call it something like call out shape or shape boxes, and then you'll have a whole bunch of different options that are returned. All right, so you can do call outs, you can do shapes, you can do circular shapes. This is a good practice for you to use different keywords to see what works and what doesn't. I can see circular shapes, doesn't necessarily come up with what I'm looking for, although you might be able to find something if you kind of scroll down long enough, right? If one keyword doesn't work, like I can see this one, it doesn't really give me what I want, I can always go back to my search box and type in something different. So I can maybe do circle shapes and see if something comes up. Okay, that's a little bit better. It's still not perfect. This one's actually kind of cute as a shape. So I might go ahead and do that. So that's, all you have to do. You can do a little bit of image search. Might take you a little while, but you can really customize the look and feel of your digital time capsule. All right, so that's that page. That's the first slide for this week that you're going to be working on. It's an interview for your parents. And then the second page, slide 6, is going to be a letter from your parents. Okay, now in the example that's given, you know what, you're going to ignore this top part. I'm just going to go ahead and delete that. Okay, so here's a letter from your parents. The format is given to you. Now, again, yours doesn't have to look like this, but you should have a title just like that on top. This line here, let me point that out. This first line right here is for the date. Okay, so make sure you have your parents type in a date that they're writing this letter to you on. And then they can write the letter right on this page. Let them choose the font. I'm kind of curious to see if they know how to choose a different font. So don't give them any clues until they ask you for help. Okay, and see if they've been following along all this time while you've been listening to Mrs. Lynn's videos. But let them choose the font, let them use word art if they want to. But this page is actually for them to complete. Isn't that fun? That they have homework that they have to do. So it doesn't have to be long, parents. So if you are short on time, which I totally understand, this doesn't have to be a long letter at all. But just have fun with your son or daughter on this project. You can add images if you want, and personalize it however you want. You can change the background on this letter. I'm leaving it up to you, and I can't wait to see what you guys turn in. So that's about it for this week. The kids have to do this one slide. The parents, you have a little bit of homework, but hopefully it's fun homework, and it's a good way for you guys to spend some more time together. Anyways, have fun with this. Stay safe and stay healthy. Hopefully, I'll see you guys on Friday during story time and check in. If you have any questions before that time, feel free to email me and request a Zoom meeting. I can walk you through anything you need on the computer. All right, talk to you later. Bye.